Trump to sign executive order we've waited a decade for, liberals about to rage. And once again we see another promise kept by President Trump. In 2015 candidate Donald Trump made the astonishing claim that a president he did not need a constitutional amendment to end the practice of birthright citizenship by illegal alien parents. And today the Gateway Pundit is reporting he is indeed about to sign an executive order that would remove that right immediately. Here is more via Axios. President Trump plans to sign an executive order that would remove the right to citizenship for babies of non-citizens and unauthorized immigrants born on U.S. soil, he said yesterday in an exclusive interview for Axios on HBO, a new 4-part documentary news series debuting on HBO this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. ET. Why it matters. This would be the most dramatic move yet in Trump's hardline immigration campaign, this time targeting anchor babies and chain migration. And it will set off another standoff with the courts, as Trump's power to do this through executive action is debatable to say the least. Trump told Axios on HBO that he has run the idea of ending birthright citizenship by his counsel and plans to proceed with the highly controversial move, which certainly will face legal challenges. It was always told to me that you needed a constitutional amendment. Guess what? You don't, Trump said, declaring he can do it by executive order. When told that's very much in dispute, Trump replied you can definitely do it with an act of Congress. But now they're saying I can do it just with an executive order. We're the only country in the world where a person comes in and has a baby, and the baby is essentially a citizen of the United States with all of those benefits, Trump continued. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it has to end. More than 30 countries, most in the Western Hemisphere, provide birthright citizenship. It's in the process. It'll happen with an executive order. The president expressed surprise that Axios on HBO knew about his secret plan. I didn't think anybody knew that but me. I thought I was the only one. Behind the scenes, Axios on HBO had been working for weeks on a story on Trump's plans for birthright citizenship, based on conversations with several sources, including one close to the White House counsel's office. The legal challenges would force the courts to decide on a constitutional debate over the 14th Amendment, which says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Be smart. Few immigration and constitutional scholars believe it is within the president's power to change birthright citizenship, former U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Chief Counsel Lyndon Melm tells Axios. But some conservatives have argued that the 14th Amendment was only intended to provide citizenship to children born in the U.S. to lawful permanent residents, not to unauthorized immigrants or those on temporary visas. John Eastman, a constitutional scholar and director of Chapman University's Center for Constitutional Jurisprudence, told Axios on HBO that the Constitution has been misapplied over the past 40 or so years. He says the line "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" originally referred to people with full political allegiance to the U.S. green card holders and citizens. Michael Anton, a former national security official in the Trump administration, recently took up this argument in The Washington Post. Anton said that Trump could, via executive order, specify to federal agencies that the children of non-citizens are not citizens simply because they were born on U.S. soil. It's not yet clear whether Trump will take this maximalist argument, though his previous rhetoric suggests there's a good chance. But others such as Judge James C. Ho, who was appointed by Trump to Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, in New Orleans say the line in the amendment refers to the legal obligation to follow U.S. laws, which applies to all foreign visitors except diplomats and immigrants. He has written that changing how the 14th Amendment is applied would be unconstitutional. Between the lines until the 1960s, the 14th Amendment was never applied to undocumented or temporary immigrants, Eastman said. Between 1980 and 2006, the number of births to unauthorized immigrants, which opponents of birthright citizenship call anchor babies, skyrocketed to a peak of 370,000, according to a 2016 study by Pew Research. It then declined slightly during and following the Great Recession.